Okay, sorry, Kaushik, continue.
All right, sir. So, okay. So the other thing, it was about just what you were discussing about applying different materials or some shapes. We can play with the materials. We can create new materials to apply some images. Maybe for floor, I have a different kind of image. So that can be done with the help of appearance
Actually,
of
I
the
have a
material.
question.
Yeah,
I have a question. When we are
please.
preparing the materials,
Hmm.
why will it affect the 3D guys? We have been doing it for so long. Why the 3D guys are telling them that we are not getting the right texture or the shape?
That is something 3D person can only respond. I don't know why. In the previous session, sir, you were not there in this meeting when you were traveling, and I was discussing all these questions with the team. I suggested them not to create such kind of thing. They were asking that rendering people were asking to create some this kind of the things. However,
It's a texture.
however this can be made in Revit. I cannot say that this cannot be done. It can be made. But what is the fun of making such finishes?
One full night we are saying for this one.
So that is what
For
my
Revit.
this one also I have taken as a point of explanation to be demonstrated. I believe every one of you must be knowing that how to apply one picture, one image, because I have downloaded a few seamless images. Uh, you can download any image. And then, for example, I have downloaded 2, 3 images. This one also I have taken this one. I have cropped it from your PDF, but this is not actually seamless because this is having different shadings on top and the bottom. So once it is joined there, it will give you a tiling effect. So that is not going to work. We need to have a seamless image like this. Like this. This is a seamless
What
image.
is
You can download it from the
what
Google.
is the meaning of seamless image?
There is no shade and shadow.
Yeah,
That is taken.
you just go there in the Google, you just type seamless texture. So it will give you the images, and those are the textures you can use for the rendering. So those are having the different. Uh, this is actually converter. Not I do not want to have the converter. These are the different images having the a uniform shading all around, because this piece is going to join here. So this should not have the different shading. This is what is seamless mean. So this kind of images can be either we do something with this image in Photoshop. If we can make it a seamless, same glow which is on the top should be all through across the image. It should be a uniform.
It can be in any format. I mean JPEG or it is there is some format for
Only
this.
JPEG, PNG, whatever you want, you can create. Because these
Okay.
seamless images also just JPEG. There's nothing different. But the texture is something about the uniformity of the shading across the image. This is what is called as seamless. So once you have that image, because if you see in any material, if we create a material, in the material asset, we have got a images texture folder as well, right? For example, just take any one of them, maybe for this one, right? If you go to the appearance, this has got an image. You can see this is an image and this is .png. Can you see the name here? Brick non-uniform running burgundy PNG. If you click on this hyperlink, it will take you to the folder which is mats and which is there in your library. Gets downloaded on your program file C drive. So all these images are actually the seamless images and these are PNG. So any one of these image you can use and play with the material. Maybe this image is similar to similar to what we are looking for. So you can either you find any image which is matching your requirement, or you just take any image, download it, and put it on your folder. You can browse that image and just select that. You can
Do we
create
need to put this image? Do we need to put this image in that folder, or can we place it anywhere out?
Not necessarily. That's a very good question, but I will tell you what is the logic actually. You are not supposed to put it in the right folder. You can put it anywhere and load it in your model, right? But the problem begins when if you have done it with an image which is on your C drive or maybe some on your desktop, you have done this model. It will look fine unless that image is there on your desktop. As if you share this model to me, I will open it here. It will be a blank or black surface to me. It will not be visible. This image will not be visible to me. Why? Because all the images are actually reading from that mat folder, which is the software default folder. So if you want any provision that whatever maybe 5, 6, or maybe 8, 10 images you have selected for a specific project, you just name them differently and put it in the right folder along with the
Right folder
model.
means
Right folder, the default
Ma-
folder.
in
Library
the
folder.
default folder, no, that
Lib
mat library.
yeah,
So,
that
okay, okay,
that library folder, because that remains same for every user.
okay,
That is
okay,
why I'm telling you, because it reads the whole path from the directory and the drive and then the folder, then the subfolder. It reads the whole path, full path, not the relative one.
okay.
You just put it there, and then also you share that those images to the person which you are sending your model and ask them to keep those images in that folder only. Then only they will be able to see that. You can do this exercise in your system. You apply 2, 3 images, keep them on your desktop, and then ask anybody to open that model on the network. They won't be able to see that image. But if you ask them to put those images at the specific folder, and if both of you are having the same images in your folder, you will be able to see that. That's the key. So once the images are applied, you can play with it. You can increase or decrease the size of the tile. You can increase the scale of the image in the image editor only. There are many things which are actually not related to the BIM things. However, there are things you can do. Let me just give you one example. For example, this. So in the hyperlink, if you click, it will take you to the folder. However, if you click on this image itself, it will take you the image editor, texture editor, where you can either invert the image, you can increase or decrease the transparency, link the texture transformation, the position. Actually, because we are using it as a tile, horizontal and vertical tile. For example, if I'm making it none horizontally, so how it is going to impact on the material. Let me just show you in a wall. I will just create a wall. This is having the same material. I'll show you in the texture editor that how it is going to impact. Here, I don't want to tile it vertically as well. So this image is having certain size. This is a different material. I believe. Brick common. Yeah, this is a different material. This is having tiles. If I remove this tile from the horizontal patterns, so it should impact the 3D, the appearance. You see, it's blank. So this is how it will look if the image is not there. However, I have not removed the image, but I have excluded the horizontal repetition. You see, vertical repetition is there because once the image, it can be of any size of the image, maybe this size, but vertically it is repeating as a tile. Horizontally, it is not repeating. Other ways you can reverse this process. You have to edit this material only because maybe there is some difference in the material. Yeah, I just go to this image editor again. I will reverse this to make it none as vertical. Vertical, it is not going to repeat. Horizontally, it will repeat as a tile. So now what it will do, you can see in the horizontal strip, it is repeating the material as a tile. and it is not showing you the join. Actually, if you zoom it, you will be able to see somewhere here it is a joining line, because you can see, you can figure out that, okay.
That's as good as a mortar joint.
Exactly. So that is why these images are basically meant purposely seamless images. If it would have been,
Exactly.
if it
The
would
mortar
have been,
joint.
let me show you one difference there. If I replace that brick common image with this image, the image which you have with you, for example, I don't have this image. This is not a seamless image. So if I would have done it, yeah. Horizontally it is repeating. So I'm going to replace this image, just clicking this hyperlink and then placing my folder instead of this. I'm using this image. So this will actually show the tiling line. You can see the tiling line because of that shading. This is little darker on the right, left side, on the brighter on the right side. And similarly, if I repeat this to the vertical repetition, vertical tiling, it will be more visible.
Tiling.
Yeah, the tiling will be more visible. Can you see it?
Great.
However, however, it was not visible with the very common texture, which was actually a seamless. If I would have, I would have replaced it with the other texture, which is seamless. And this is the seamless image. So it would not show us those tiling lines because of the seamless shading. Can you make out the tiling line? No.
The difference between seamless and
So this
How
is
to
something,
make a
this,
normal image that can convert to seamless?
yeah, there is
When you
there
an
there
image,
there are there are online converters, but I am not very handy on that, so I cannot recommend that. However, Photoshop can do these kind of magics. Maybe in
Photoshop guys
image,
know how.
yeah, maybe in the
okay.
image editor only, Microsoft Image Editor. Also, you can play with the toning of this image if you edit and see, do some experiments to increase the tone and warmth and some other things that maybe you can play with. Maybe brightness, exposure, contrast. This thing, if you keep on changing, you see something is that working for you. I'm not very handy with this. Maybe it's like this. For example, if it is going to make you a good texture, but maybe this is working for you. So this is something you can do. The sharpness you can increase or decrease. But this can be
Shadow. We need to decrease. Ashif, shadows.
shadows we need to decrease. Okay, maybe to the minimum.
Yeah.
Or else you can crop it little from the top and the bottom to make a proper join, because you have to make sure that it is ending here. So it needs a small portion of this pattern on the top. It is not there in this line only. This image has to be a continuous repetition. Just need to follow that. So that is something you need to take care about. For example, I'm going to save this with some changes and then crop it a little bit vertically, because this is a darker strip at the bottom. So
ये Y के half पे रख, Y के half पे नीचे और थोड़ा नीचे, slide down slightly. ऊपर सेंटर में रखना है, इस लाइन वर्टिकल लाइन के सेंटर, और ऊपर भी उधर ही रख, एग्जैक्टली सेंटर. हाँ, टॉप पे भी उधर सेंटर. हाँ, फिर ऊपर. हाँ.
right and left it is okay, or you want to change this as well?
Yeah, it's not correct. Yes, half, yes.
Like
Half
this?
at the center. Yeah, there is a shadow. Right.
Yeah, again there's a shadow at the bottom, but still this is what you can do. You can do some changes with the image and then see the difference.
Image is taken with the light from the top.
Yeah. So if I go again to the material and then try to change this image from the editor, not from here, I'll just copy the path. Let's take the texture once again and then see what is the texture editor saying. Tile, it's okay. Oh, this is something else I'm seeing here. That image is, that wall is deleted. Still the tiling line is there, but that is because of the texture we have. If it would have been a proper image with a proper shading all around,
And
all
there's
across.
also reasons for that, Kaushal. The tile is not flat.
Yeah.
That's why it's huge shade on the sides. It's not a flat one.
Right. So actually, this is how we can play with different images, and also we can play with the transparency to see the perforations. So this is recommended things for BIM model, just to have the geometry, as well as you can have the texture and the realistic ways of doing the any specific material. As far as the rendering is concerned, as you have rightly mentioned, Revit is not meant for those visualization thing. However, it is embedded. You can use Enscape as a rendering engine. You can use different V-Ray and other things. Lumions also you can integrate with Revit. But that is a different aspect of this BIM. I don't think this belongs to BIM in any ways. But okay. So this is what I had for the day. 3, 4 things and 5 things. If you ask me, Ishtiaq sir, I'll go through the questions one by one and then see what has been done and what has been explained earlier.
So any questions or okay with everything?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. It was a nice time with you, with your team.
Yeah, it is a very good session. We all learned many things. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaushal.
You see you once we come back. Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.